Hey everybody, what's going on? Bahroo here, back inside of Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and today we're going to be continuing our legendary weapons guide, and this one's going to be going over the Moonlight Saga, which is a legendary Oz kit which can be found after dealing with Mr. Nakayama. So, what exactly is this Oz kit? It is a doll Oz kit that will provide you a life leech effect or health regeneration based on whether or not you are inside or out of a vacuum. Now with how to get it, let's just go ahead and start jumping into the different steps on how exactly you can acquire this item. So for starting this mission, what you're going to need to do is head to Research and Development, again after you've dealt with Professor Nakayama, and you will get a side mission called Lab 19. Now, after you pick up that mission, we'll have you pick up an echo recorder in the same part of the room, and this room in general is the one where you help Professor Taurus retrieve his teddy bear. Now, heading back to the other echo recorder, pick that one up, and then after that, Nakayama will give you the instructions to head to Lab 19 itself. Now, once you are actually at Lab 19, which can be located near the entrance of the R&D department, you will need to kill a creature that is on the other side of that door. However, in order to do so, you will need to input a special key code. Now for putting in the combination to this lock, it is completely randomized, so I will not be able to help you in that department, but I can show you where the key code is and how the best way you can deal with it. I like to make sure that all of the numbers are on the same one, so that way adding plus or minus to them is relatively simple and doesn't take too much time to change the number on each of them. Now what you're going to want to do is head to the other side of the R&D department, and this will have a small area in it, and you will be able to see this randomized code popping up on the wall here. This code changes about every 30 to 45 seconds here. I did not exactly time it, but you will have ample time to run from this to the machine and input the new code. If you take too long, then the code will change and become invalid. So once you see the code change, memorize it, run to the code, input it, and hit the button. This will unlock the door, revealing the Tiny Destroyer. Now, the Tiny Destroyer is the enemy that you will be farming for the Moonlight Saga, and like some bosses in the pre-sequel, it is not farmable, so you will need to back up your save, as you cannot get this item from the grinder. You can get it from save and quitting the med vendor inside of wherever your preferable vendor farming area is, but it can take some time. So the good news is, though, that the Tiny Destroyer is very close to the entrance of this entire zone here, so you will not have to spend too much time running to it. More time just sort of overlapping your save file. Now, one thing that is really good about the Moonlight Saga is that the statistics on it, or the different stats, don't actually change all that much. In fact, they don't change at all outside of the element and the level of the actual item. So, you will not need to worry too much about getting a perfectly parted one, because all Moonlight Sagas come with perfect parts outside of its level. You will need to, however, farm for the different element that you want to have. So you will need fire, shock, corrosive, ice, and so on, or explosive, if that is what you want. But you won't have to worry too much about the actual grade of the item. And like I said, farming this does not take that long, as it is very close to the zone-in of the R&D department. You will just need to make sure that you are backing up your save file ahead of time. Now for the Moonlight Saga itself, is it good? Well, that answer is dependent on how much time you spend in and out of a vacuum. If you are inside of the vacuum, then yes, this is a very good item to have, as it will give you a 2.5% passive health regeneration, or rather life leech, while you do any damage with any of your weapons, which is really nice to have. A Moxie weapon that is passive to your character is a good thing to have when fighting, say, Irajira, or if there are any future bosses in DLC that are fought inside of a vacuum. If you spend your time in Atmosphere, however, I would give this O2 kit a complete miss, as it will only give you 60 health regeneration even at maximum level, which is not even going to protect you from the simplest of dots. One thing to note is also, while you are outside, inside of the vacuum, you will get these nice little sparkles around your screen. So that's nice, I guess. Anyway, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for the Moonlight Saga. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, help support me in what I do, and don't forget to subscribe for future content. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Later.